Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. And in today's episode, we are going to be doing a whole bunch of kind of odd jobs, little things that I want to get done, and I have a lot of stuff I kind of want to talk about. So, fair warning for those of you who don't like talky episodes, this is going to be kind of a talky episode. But we are here in Impulse's iBooks shop, which has recently been renovated and reopened and is looking absolutely fantastic. I love the books on the walls. I think that's very clever. And one of the things that I want to do, a few episodes ago, we built an armory, and we've got a spot there for backup tools and all sorts of stuff. In case I die and lose everything, I'll have a spare of everything. And what I want to do is I want to come in here and basically get backup tools for everything. So I think that's going to be a really useful thing. So we're going to take some diamonds and we're going to go digging through these clearance book chests and see if we can find the stuff that we're looking for, because there's a lot of good stuff in here, and it looks like some of the hermits have already picked through. Hopefully I'll be able to find the stuff that I need. Are these? Oh, those are all empty. So it's just these 3 chests. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can find. But anyway, I have a few things that I want to talk about. Videos this week have, and I should also probably mention, I talked about some of this stuff that I want to talk about in yesterday's Design Tech episode. So some of this is going to be kind of repeated from that, but I think it's still kind of important. Ooh, hello, Looting 3. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, that's a mending book for a diamond. I will take that for sure. Anyway, so a few things. Videos this week have been a little bit light, and that's because I have been ridiculously busy with work. Just absolutely insanely busy with work. YouTube is not my full-time job. I am also in the military, and I have all sorts of things going on with that have kind of prevented me from being able to, well, I shouldn't say that have kind of put me in a position in which I was not able to record as many videos as I wanted. Let's put that back and just grab the regular Power 4 in case somebody else wants I want Flame too. Anyway, so I record pretty much all of my videos on weekends, right? And last weekend, I was just really busy. I don't know what it was. I just wasn't able to get enough videos recorded. So I was kind of playing catch up all week and trying really, really hard to kind of still have videos every day. And I was able to do that, luckily. But yeah, I was not able to do 3 videos a day this week. It just didn't happen. Which is fine. It is what it is. But I have to, I do want to let you guys know that coming up within the next month or so, I've got some other work-related things that are going to be going on, and videos are going to kind of be relatively light for the next, month or so, maybe a little bit more than that. It's hard to say. I don't know the exact dates and stuff like that, but basically we're ridiculously busy at work, and there's some other stuff going on as well. And I'm not really going to get into all the details of it because it's really not that important. But needless to say, everything's fine. Nothing bad is happening in my life or anything like that. My family is fine. I'm perfectly fine. It's just I'm just overwhelmed with ridiculous amounts of work. I work like 100 to 120 hours a week right now between YouTube and the military, and it's a little overwhelming at times. So it happens, but yeah, videos will be a little bit light. We'll probably, I'm still planning on doing daily videos, but we're probably looking at 1 to 2 videos a day. And it'll be that way for at least for a little while. I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to 3 videos a day, but that's just not really feasible right now. So it's going to be a little bit lighter for the next couple months or so. Okay, do we have, I think blast protection I need, And then I need regular protection. Protection 3. Power 4. Yeah, I think I've pretty much picked through all the good stuff. Efficiency 4. Sharpness, flame. Yeah, I think I've gotten the good stuff. I don't think there's a whole lot of good stuff left. Lure, fortune, looting, smite. Yeah. Okay. So, let's do that, and then I guess we'll check this chest out as well. I should probably take kind of an inventory and see what I have and what I still need. So let me kind of look into that, and I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I think I have all the books I need, I think. Well, or at least all the ones that I can afford right now. Unfortunately, I have 1 diamond to my name right at the moment. A whopping 1 diamond. I am a poor hermit right now. Cubfan has not yet paid me for the tunnel that we built. I think it was last episode. So I'm a little broke there. Hello, we found diamonds. That was really fast. All right. So we're down here in my beacon mine. Basically underneath the dwarven base, and this hopefully will be a place where we can get some diamonds, because I need them. It's going to be very difficult to make a backup set of tools and armor and stuff if I don't have the diamonds to craft it with. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to do some not branch mining. I guess this would just be beacon mining, I guess is what we would call it. But I'm going to do some of this, and we'll get as many resources as we can. And then once we have enough to make everything, then we'll head over to the Ender and do some of that kind of stuff. But anyway, so yeah, video's gonna be a little bit light. And then the other thing too is I'm kind of in like a, I guess you'd call it kind of like a funk. I'm in kind of a weird thing. Anyone who has ever really done like a lot of creative stuff as, I don't want to say as a job, but where there's like, where you have to do it consistently for an extended period of time, you probably would agree that inspiration kind of comes in waves. Like, you're really inspired one day and you've got tons of ideas and, you know, everything is awesome and you're just really like super motivated to, you know, create, and then, you know, you do that for a while and then it kind of fades for a little bit and you're kind of struggling to come up with ideas and you're kind of struggling for the motivation to create things, and then, you know, some big idea hits you and suddenly you're super inspired again, and it's just kind of the way it is. Like, this is not the first time that this has happened to me. It happens every couple of months, and then, you know, I end up getting inspired again, and that's just kind of the way it is. And right now I'm kind of going through a period where I'm not really feeling super inspired. I'm kind of struggling to come up with ideas, and you know, I'm looking at projects and thinking like, and you know, just kind of going, yeah, that doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound like something I want to do. That's going to be something you know, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just not really coming up with any good ideas. And that's not just Hermitcraft. That's everything right now. Like, I'm kind of struggling to come up with some ideas in pretty much all of my series right now. I'm going through a period where I'm just not very inspired right now. And I think part of it is also the fact that my work schedule is insane. So I'm just, you know, I get home from work and I'm just really tired, and I'm like, I really don't want to record right now because I'm super tired, you know, and it's just one of those things, like, and it'll be fine. It'll, you know, inspiration, as I said, it comes in waves. So even though I'm not super inspired right now, it'll come back. It'll come back. It always does. This has happened a few times since I've started. It's nothing new. I go through a period where I'm not inspired at all, and then I spend some time kind of, you know, treading water, if you will, and then after a little while, I end up being super inspired again. It is what it is. But with that said, that's kind of another thing that I'm sort of trying to deal with right now. I'm trying to come up with some good ideas, and part of the problem is that a lot of the ideas I have, I just don't have the time right now to commit to them. It's one of those things where, like, you know, I want to build like this really big thing, and there's just no way that I can do it in the time that I currently have available to me, unless it's going to be like a 30 episode project, and that gets really boring really quickly. So I guess my point is, if you have any ideas for like small-ish projects, I don't want to say like super small, but just, projects that could be done in a couple hours, in like, an hour or two, relatively small things, please, by all means, let me know. See if you can maybe spark some inspiration for me, because I'm kind of struggling to come up with it on my own. And I'm also getting distracted lately. I'm getting very distracted. There's this new thing that's out that some of you may have heard of. It's this new cell phone game that it's a Pokemon game. It's called Pokemon Go. It's a new thing. Maybe you haven't heard of it. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that you've all heard of it. It's like everybody's playing it. And Wifey and I have been playing it and going on walks together, which is really cool. That's something we really should do more often. And, getting out of the house, especially for her, just because she's not really the type of person that like when I'm at work, she's not outside doing things. She's just not. So it's nice to be able to kind of go outside and go for a walk and kind of go around the neighborhood and say hi to the neighbors and, of course, catch Pokemon, because that's what it's all about. It's fun. And it's good, but it's also kind of addictive, I have to admit. It's like, I get home from work and I'm like, okay, I really should record a video right now, but I really kind of want to go on a walk and catch Pokemon, because I'm a Pokemon master, and I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. It's one of those things. I'm getting distracted by the Pokemon. And interestingly enough, funny story. So as I said, I work in the military, right? And I work in a law office. I'm a paralegal in the military, and I work in a courthouse, basically. I'm a court reporter. And it turns out that pretty much everybody in the office also plays. So, like right across the street from where I work, there's a bunch of the Pokestops from Pokemon Go, which are basically, like, if you're not familiar with the game, they're basically places you can go to like get items and things like that. And often you can catch Pokemon there. And right across the street from where I work, there's a big parking lot, and there's a whole bunch of Pokestops all right there, because Pokestops are pretty much always located at notable landmarks and things like that. Like, you might see them at monuments, you might see them at, like, churches or museums, or, just basically points of interest, I guess. And right across from where I work, there's, like, a little memorial park with a bunch of like historical stuff. So I get off of work one day and I decide, before I go home, I'm just going to swing into the parking lot. I'm going to hit the Pokestops. I'm going to get the stuff, and then I'll go home. And I'm over there, and I pull into the parking lot, and I see this white Jeep, and I'm like, wow, that really looks like my boss's Jeep. Like, that really looks like my boss's Jeep. So I pull up next to this Jeep in the parking lot, and sure enough, it's my boss sitting there in the parking lot after work doing the exact same thing. And we're sitting there just, in our cars, catching Pokemon, getting items. We roll down the windows. We start talking and laughing at this situation. I go home, and my wife and I decided to go out and catch some stuff, and we decided to drive. Usually we go on walks. Like, I think today alone we walked like 5 miles or something like that, 4 or 5 miles. But on that particular day, we decided to go out driving so we could go to some locations that were farther away than I would normally walk. So we're driving around, and we pull up to this Pokestop that is at outside of a building that is very obviously closed, right? Like it's past the duty day. People aren't at work. There's some vans in the parking lot that are obviously just like, the government-owned company vans. This is on a military base. And we pull up, and my wife is trying to tell me where this Pokestop is. She's like, it's the white van. The Pokestop is the white van. You can probably hear her laughing in the background. I'm like, hun, there are like 10 white vans in this parking lot. You're going to have to be more specific than it's the white van. And she says, it's the one with the tires. Okay, she didn't really say that, but that's basically what she said by telling me that it was the white van. So it turns out that it's actually not a white van at all. It's a helicopter. And we pull up kind of next to it in the parking lot, and this other car comes rolling up with a soldier in it, and he pulls up right next to me, and he kind of looks at me, and I kind of look at him, and he points to the helicopter, and I nod, and we kind of give each other the thumbs up, and we're both just laughing. My wife is laughing hysterically at this point, because it was like the first day that she'd played, and she was still trying to get over like the is it cool to be doing this, or are we just like super nerdy, or like, so I don't know. It's really kind of fascinating if you think about it, because normally, if you see someone that's just kind of walking around on their phone, you're not probably going to bother them. Furthermore, if you were, 3 weeks ago, if I was out and about and someone came up to me and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm catching Pokemon," people would probably look at me as if I was insane. And instead, we have this phenomenon where not only are people running around and catching Pokemon, but it's like everybody. Like, odds are, if you see someone walking around outside right now and they have their phone out, they're probably playing Pokemon Go. It's ridiculous. It's not that I think that's a bad thing. I think anything that kind of gets people outside and walking and seeing their neighborhood and being social and stuff like that, I think it's great. But it's just this, it's fascinating to me. It's very, very interesting. And the fact that, like, military installation, you don't generally think of soldiers as the type of people that would be, like, obsessed with Pokemon. Spoiler alert, many of them are. But it's very interesting. The parking lot that I was talking about earlier that has a bunch of the Pokestops in it, since there are so many of them there, during, like, lunch hour, the parking lot that a week and a half ago was always empty, always, because it was just overflow parking for another building that already has a decent-sized parking lot. That parking lot is always packed at lunch. Like, it's packed to the point where people are parking. Oh, hello, zombie. Where did you come from? It's packed to the point where people are parking in the street next to the parking lot, like making their own parking spaces that kind of overflow into the street so they can sit there during their lunch hour playing Pokemon Go and catching Pokemon. Like, it's so just amusing to me. I find it hilarious and kind of awesome, honestly. This is world's worst. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Well, not a great diamond vein, but at least it's something. We're up to 16 diamonds. That's not even enough for a suit of armor yet. Man, terrible. But yeah, Pokemon Go, sweeping the nation. Do you guys play it? I'm curious. If you do, leave a comment and say so. And more importantly, I need to know what team. Are you Valor, Mystic, or whatever the yellow one is? I forget what the yellow one is. Instinct? Instinct. Yes. Valor, Instinct, or Mystic. Which one are you if you do play Pokemon Go? And if you don't play Pokemon Go, why don't you? I'm just curious. And I do know that it's not available in many countries right now. So if that's the reason, then sorry. Hopefully it comes to you soon. But anyway, guys, I'm going to do some more mining down here, try and get some more diamonds, and I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I was not able to get a whole lot more diamonds, if any. But I think we do have enough to at least make a few tools, so that's what we're going to work on. I think I'm going to have to grab a chest. I thought I had chests on me, but apparently that's not the case. That's all right. Let's just do one of those. And I'm just going to put this guy right here, just temporarily. Definitely need to kill some Endermen, and those guys are way, way too loud. So, I just learned something interesting about mending. I thought you still got experience when the experience is repairing stuff, but apparently that's not the case. If we start killing these Endermen, as soon as I switch to this pickaxe so it can be repaired, you can see my experience bar stops going up. That's kind of interesting. I just learned something new. Cool. All right, guys, I am back. Here's what I got, and now I am out of diamonds. Well, actually, I could upgrade that. Yeah, let's do that one, too. This will be a Silk Touch pick. But for now... Oh, I need a little bit more experience, don't I? There we go. That should flow in pretty quick. So this guy plus this guy, that'll give me an efficiency 5, unbreaking 3 pick. I'll just take that for now. I think, yeah, I do have a mending left. I think I need mending on this for sure. But I'm also going to need mending on my other pickaxe. This is a sword, which just needs the sharpness maxed out, and then it's good to go. And I do have more sharpness books, so that won't be a problem. I mean, all in all, this is all pretty decent stuff. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. It'll get the job done, at least for backup stuff, and I can continue to work on it a bit more as time goes on here. So, let's put our lapis back in there. Let's grab this guy. There we go. Oh, did I... Ooh, hope I didn't drop a mending book. That'd be really unfortunate. There was this random book just like sitting over here. Huh. I'm not sure where that came from. I thought I had more books than just the 4. Maybe not. I thought for sure I had more books than just the 4. I didn't put them in here, did I? No? Okay. Maybe I'm losing my mind, guys. I think that's what it is. I think I am slowly losing my mind. But anyway, I'm going to go put this stuff up in the armory. And I think that's going to do it for me. So, guys, I know this was a talky episode. I know we didn't really get a whole lot done in the way of progress. But I just had some stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. So, there you have it. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. Remember, if you have ideas for small projects, please put them in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you're thinking of Pokémon Go and your thoughts on that. As for me, guys, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links in the video description below. I think I may have just actually said that already. Either way, other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.